Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mindful Podcast. I'm your host, Kaylee Elliott, and this is a part 2 to an episode I just posted, which is the 8 lessons part 1. So this is part 2. If you did not listen to part 1, make sure to go listen. Has some good gems in there, and I am just so excited to finish off this part 2 episode. Also, if you were listening on YouTube, sorry there's no video format. I'm recording this at 7 o'clock on 7 o'clock in the morning on Christmas Eve, and I started episode 1 at like 6:45 or something like that. So I really just don't feel like videoing this. So here we are with the 5th lesson that I learned this year. People's actions speak louder than words. So trust what you see and trust what they show you. I think coming from a relationship where somebody would say something and not follow through with it, this one hits a little deep. It hits a little hard. And ever since like the relationship was over, I've realized this so much. Their actions and the things that they do for you, like if somebody's going to tell you that they're going to do something, they better do it. Or like if you don't want them to do it, obviously, like hopefully they don't, but if they're going to do something that you're excited for, they better do it. Unless they are like deathly sick and can't get out of bed, it better happen. And for the past couple of years of my life, like I've just let people walk all over me. Like, oh, I'm gonna do this. A few hours later, oh, I'm sorry, like I can't do that anymore. Something like I just don't feel like it, honestly. Okay, no worries, like it's okay. No, it's not okay. And that is a boundary that they are overstepping, and that is something that once you start breaking down the walls, you can't build them back up, because then it's gonna be a whole terrible fight. Trust me. Like, I've been there, I've done that. And ever since I've realized, like, your actions are gonna go farther than the things that you've said to me. There's people that have tried to come into my life that I said, yeah, no, goodbye. And I am so grateful that I have that boundary put in place, because people would still be walking all over me. People would still be, oh, can I act this way around you? No, absolutely not. And I'm not going to give you my energy, because like it's not happening. Somebody that I don't know if he's listening to this, and if he is, like he knows he messed up, but somebody that I became friends with, and like there was a trust built, and he broke it. And I told him straight up, like, you broke this trust, like I don't really want to talk to you right now, like it's not, no. And so it was like I told him, and I haven't talked to him in a few days, and I don't really, before that it was a few weeks, like I don't really care. And at the end of the day, like the things that you do and the things, like the way you go about your life, and if you disrespect me, like I'm sorry, but please just stay away. If you disrespect me, I'm not dealing with it, because once you put up with something for so long, you will never put up with it again. Once you realize that lesson, that like you do not deserve to be treated like that. And so I am telling you that if somebody in your life is constantly going back on what they say, that is louder, that is a giant red flag compared to what is coming out of their mouth. So pay attention to the things that they're doing, pay attention to how they are treating you, and pay attention to the respect level that they have for you. Because at the end of the day, if somebody keeps going back on their word, I'm sorry, but they do not respect you, and that is just that. So set those boundaries in place, and if somebody tries to overstep them, kick them out of your life, because you have complete control over that. I am all for loving people the way Jesus loved people, and I will continue to love and forgive and be there for people, but like it's also okay to have boundaries put in place, and you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your heart. You have to protect your mind. That is just how humanity is. You have to protect yourself. At the end of the day, like, I will love people like crazy. I absolutely love every single person in my life. Like, till the day I die, I will love you. Whether you're in my life now or you are not in my life anymore, there are still people that I used to be friends with, really good friends with, that I, like, they have a special place in my heart, and they always will. And, like, if they ever need, like, they call me and they need something, like, they're in a place where they don't feel like they can turn to anybody else, you best believe that I'm going to be there for them. But it does not have to be a day-to-day thing, and you don't have to keep letting somebody hurt you. Okay? So, please, like, you can tell, this one hits hard. This one hits hard because this is something that took me years to understand, and, like, this is also kind of goes with number 4 from the part 1. What you search for, you'll find. Like, you have to be able to see the red flags and the green flags. You have to be able to see what you deserve and the things that you want in your life. You have to be able to see them. And, like, I also want to say, to go along with people's actions speak louder than words. If somebody is showing you who they are, do not keep hoping that they're going to turn into who you want them to be. Because if you're in a relationship, whether that's a friendship or, like, a boyfriend, girlfriend, and you keep wishing that the person was acting different or was just somebody else, or I don't even know, like, you have this image in your mind and you're wanting your partner or your friend to be that person, and they're just not, and their actions are not lining up with that, then that is not your person, and that's okay. Sometimes people are only meant to be in our lives for seasons, and we have to know that, and we have to stand firm in that. It's okay for someone to not be for you. It's okay to let go of a friendship or to let go of a relationship. I promise you will get stronger through that, and God's going to use it for good. So moving on to number 6. When you start focusing on the Lord, your purpose will be shown. For the past couple of years, I want to say like 6. It's all been around the same thing. It's all been around self-love and mindset, blah, blah, blah. But I've had probably about 6 businesses. Not really technically all businesses, but I would start an Instagram page. Oh, this one's not it. Let me start a new one. Oh, this is not it either. What about this one? Oh, no, that doesn't work. Like, I'm not even kidding. And then I started a business at the end of 2021. I absolutely love everything to do with it, but it wasn't my thing, and I was trying to force it to be my thing. And until the past 5 months, I've been like, oh my gosh, like, what am I even meant to be doing on earth? Like, what am I meant to be doing? And I would get little snippets here and there on the times that I decided to focus on the Lord over the past couple of years. But then, like, the majority of my life was not focused on Him over the past couple of years. Like, mainly focused on worldly things, and it's not been good. But the moment I decided to focus on Him and work on the relationship with Him, my purpose has been shown over and over and over. And the moment you decide that He is in control, that you are stepping into the passenger seat, sitting in the passenger seat, letting Him drive, letting Him lead you, letting Him do His thing, like, your purpose will be shown, and it will happen. I'm not going to say it's going to be straight up, but I'm going to tell you that whether it happens in a month, 6 months, a year, 10 years, it's going to happen. It's going to come to life. And we just have to be focused on the right thing. At the end of the day, our focus has to be on Him. And our lives are going to be amazing. We're going to impact so many people. And I think a lot of people like I saw I saw something the other day that was like, why are you gonna like worship the universe when you can worship the creator of the universe? Why are you gonna go to the universe for things when the creator of the universe has more power and is like the one you should be going to? So when you focus on him and when you ask him like what do you need me to do, it's going to be shown to you. Keep praying. Like, your prayers will be answered. It may not always be what you want it to be, but they're going to be answered. And if you just trust and have faith, like, it's going at the end of your life, it's going to be better than you could have ever imagined. Okay? Okay. Number 7, which goes along with the mindful society and something that I have been doing so much of. Healing ourselves is so necessary. Growing up, we have generational trauma. We do. Things that happened to our grandparents and things that happened to our parents oftentimes get passed down to us. And unless we start to be mindful of those things and we start to pay attention to the broken parts of us that need healed, we are going to be in this toxic cycle of giving our kids the things that we have been through. And there comes a point where you have to realize, like, you don't want your kids to go through that. At least for me, like, I don't want my kids to deal with some of the things that I've dealt with. I don't want them to, I don't know. I don't want them to deal with my hurt. And so we have to come to this point of our whole entire body, mind, body, and spirit was made by the one and only. And they all go together so good that it could also be really bad if one thing starts going, the rest starts going. This past week, I've been kind of going through a lot. I still, I'm being real and honest with you guys. I still love my life. I absolutely am obsessed with everything in my life. But there's one part that, I'm struggling with a little bit. And I was kind of talking with somebody, and it sounded a lot like my story, a lot like the things that I've been through over the past few years. And it was really hard to kind of navigate that and realize, like, other people are going through the same thing. And while sometimes for people that is welcoming, and for me it was a little bit like I knew I could open up a little bit more because they would understand. But it was also very heartbreaking because someone you see got in so much, going through something so difficult, kind of breaks my heart. Actually, no, it really broke my heart. Like, I was struggling, and it's hard to talk about. But, like, I don't even know where I was going with this. I completely forget. But the point is, it's hard. It's really hard to see somebody else going through something that you're going through, or that something that you've been through. But that's where I was going with this. Thank you, Lord Jesus, for refocusing me. So while, like, we're having this conversation, I start to realize I'm getting a little anxious, and if it keeps getting worse, I could probably have a panic attack. But my anxiety's spiking a little bit. And then I'm, like, starting to realize my stomach's not feeling the best. Like, it's not feeling too good. And over the next 2 to 3 days, I wasn't really able to eat much. Nothing with this person, like, at all. Like, but seeing the pain and the struggle in somebody else that you care for so much can honestly impact you a lot. So the whole point is our mind, body, and spirit is all linked together. I'm getting told these things, so my brain is like trying to process them. My brain processes them, and I realize something kind of like mine. It affects my nervous system. So I start freaking out, having a little bit of anxiety. My mind, like, my thoughts are starting to race. I'm worried about, like, how they're going to navigate this thing. I'm worried about, like, what's going to happen over the next few months. I'm worried about it. And then it's going through my body. I'm feeling like my stomach's not feeling too good. Like, yeah, my back started getting tense. There's a few people, a couple people that I can see the pain in. And sometimes I take that on. And so that's something that I have to work on. Because while I can be there for them and I can listen and I can try and help the way that I know how to, at the end of the day, I still have to have boundaries set in place. And healing ourselves starts with boundaries. So there's a lot that has to be unpacked to be completely healed. There's a lot that has to be shown and that you have to allow to be shown. You have to allow yourself to feel feelings and to cry and to laugh and to be mad and all of those things. You have to allow it to happen. But healing yourself, healing every part of you, holistic health is so necessary for us to be our best, for the world around us, and for God's kingdom. And that is just that. And that is why I even started the Mindful Society in the first place. Because while I'm going through my process, I want to be able to give my tips and lead people through theirs as well. So, like, we're doing this. We're healing ourselves. 2023, you best believe, like, we're gonna be healed, and we got this. Okay, we got this. So, last but not least, and this one is a strong one. Sorry, I just went on a little rant for number 7, but everything needed to be said. So this is number 8. The energy you give out and surround yourself with will fuel you or drain you. Sweetie, your energy matters. If you have 20% battery left in you, do not give it out. Go do something that's going to recharge you, and then you can distribute it. Sorry, I just yawned. But you have to be so aware of where your energy is going. Are you with the right people? Are you doing the right things? Is your mindset the right way? Do you have the right routines? Are you eating the right food? Are you doing the right exercises? Ask yourself those questions, okay? But the main 2 that you really need to ask yourself, main three, are the things you are doing on a daily basis the right ways that you should be living? Are you surrounding yourself with the right people? And number 3, are you loving and taking care of yourself correctly? You have to ask yourself those questions and be 100% real with yourself. You have to. You honestly have to. You have to be so aware of where your energy is going, because listen to me. Beginning of the year, I absolutely loved my job at the beginning of the year. It was exhausting, but I loved it. Like, it was exhausting to the point where I didn't want to do anything when I got home. Sometimes what's draining us, even though we love it, is not always good for us. But I was in a job that was tiring. I was surrounding myself with people that did not give me energy, because I was constantly stressed out and anxious and walking on eggshells of how I have to act, what I have to say, what I have to do. Like, there's certain words I couldn't say because it was just gonna start a fight. And so, like, I don't want to say wrong relationship. Not really hanging out with any friends. Like, I honestly didn't really hang out with anybody other than my ex, and not good. But, like, I was not surrounding myself with the right people. I was in a job that was draining. I was trying to do and, like, fulfill a hole in my heart with a business that just was not for me. I was trying to do things day to day that was taking so much out of me that at the end of the day, like, I didn't even want to take care of myself. So I'm not even recharging. It got to a point to where I was in my bedroom for probably like 5 days out of 7. Like, at the end of the day, it would be like 8 o'clock. I'm in my bed. I'm in my room for like 2 hours by myself, and then I go to bed. So honestly, like 10 hours every single day by myself. And that's just how it was. And now, like, I was exhausted because the daily actions that you have dictate your life. They dictate where your energy is going. They dictate the energy that you give yourself. Like, I also wasn't eating the best either. Now, I still gotta work on eating the right foods. I've been doing a little bit better, but I still have a lot to work on with that. I'm surrounding myself with the right people. I absolutely love my job. My purpose is amazing and it fuels me so much, so I'm not trying to force a business anymore. It just comes to me so effortlessly, and I absolutely love that. I don't have to recharge myself for 10 hours anymore. I can come into bed an hour before I want to fall asleep and be so excited to wake up the next morning. So where you give your energy and what you do with it, it matters. It truly, truly matters. So that is the end of part 2. I really hope you guys enjoyed the 8 lessons I learned in 2022 series. I know there's only 2, but it's kind of a series. So if you haven't listened to part 1, make sure to go listen to part 1. I love you all so much. Thank you literally for everything that you do, all of the support, commenting, reaching out. Like, I absolutely love interacting with all of you guys. If you're not following me on social media to get some daily content, make sure to click the link and follow me over there. I would love to connect with you guys more. So make sure to go follow me over there and stay tuned for all of the things coming in 2023. I cannot wait to share so much with you guys. I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Bye.